Howdy. How y'all doing today? Me? I'm doing fantastic. I'm here. I've Sunday night, got a nice cup of tea. I'm about to hit up the standard event ladder. So, you'll notice I've somehow managed to avoid completing these quests. I don't know how, but I got to get one of them done today. I think this white one will probably be doable. So, we're going to hit that up. Lesson for today is I don't know. I guess I'll just talk. I'm really burned out on Magic at the moment. I'm going to keep at the grind because this is what I said I would do. This is what I'm doing. But it's really hard for me. So, honest moment, being here, doing this is difficult for my ADD brain because my ADD brain wants to be in Africa picking up coconuts. I don't know. But I just, sticking with things is hard, especially when you're not seeing any real rewards from it, right? Because I don't know, I don't really have any decks built like outside of, well, I guess I do, right? I've got this Gruul deck that I kind of been working on. It looks okay. It's low curve. We'll see more of that later. I'm working on it. Um, this mono white deck, which is good. It's the first deck I built, and I'm still kind of working on it. Rogues, down here, it's been relegated to the unfavorited deck section. Mono red, not done with it yet. This is still the budget version. You know? Cycling, I got cycling built. I don't know, points for something, but at the same time, there's no rares in it, you know? So, and the YouTube thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm still, well, I'm my wife are the only people watching my videos, so it's kind of demoralizing. But regardless, I'm here. I'm persevering. I've found ways to do it. I am actually fairly successful at the standard event thing. So, yeah, I guess that's just an honest moment, and we're gonna get at it. Or we are doing the hard work part of the thing. So, yeah, yeah. We'll get into some event right after the break. Alright, so I'm going to do this thing where I kind of give a quick breakdown of the deck before I get started, because it was suggested to me that I do that. The Alcid is used primarily to protect from banishment effects. So you want to use the Alcid to stop like Casket and Skyclave Apparition and was it ECD, Elspeth Conquers Death, and there's a couple other niche spells that you want to use for it, or use it for, which means against decks that run those spells, you have to play this out and then float 1 mana pretty much every turn and hope that it doesn't get removed. Savior is used to stop removal. So this one you don't have to float mana for, which is nice, and you need to kind of be smart about it, right? Like, this is a lot more versatile card than the Alcid, because it can, well, in some sense, I guess, because it can be used to trade, it can be used more aggressively, etc., etc. Whereas the Alcid you can also use to prevent a creature from being blocked and get lethal damage in, which is pretty cool. Speaker of the Heavens, it's an engine. It's also got Vigilance, so it's an excellent target for aspirant counters. It's an excellent target to put them all on. It's an excellent target for Heliod counters. It's just overall a great card. You put this in like every deck that has life gain in it, I think, and or counters on it, or +1/+1 counters on it, or can build a big creature, because a Vigilance lifelink that makes an angel is just really good. Casket is a 2 of, because if we get milled, basically this is in here in case we get milled by rogues. That's why this is here. You can play it with Lurrus from the graveyard and it gets some incidental value. Aspirant, you can just, you buff stuff. So you generally don't put your tokens on the Aspirant unless your Aspirant's the only thing that you have in play other than like one of these two creatures, so you can protect it. Aspirant, you want to put an Aspirant onto the speaker is really good, because obviously a big speaker is a problem for whoever's facing it down. It can gain life and then proc itself, and it can just be a big blocker with lifelink, so it's, yeah. Daxos is also really good, because if you turn 2 Daxos, turn 3 Aspirant, and then put a +1/+1 counter on Daxos, it trades with like Bone Crusher Giant or any like 3 health creature, which is just really good. Heliod is obviously a huge value engine in this deck. It comes online, even if it's not online, even if it's just an enchantment, gives everything +1/+1 counters whenever you gain life, which happens all the freaking time. Then if you've got like Daxos Linden in play, like you curved out Daxos Linden Heliod, it's indestructible. So you've got a 5/5 indestructible blocker. That shuts down Embercleave. That shuts down so many things. Maul is good because it goes over the top. It just, you can put it on a speaker and dome people. You can put it on a Linden and dome people. It gives stuff first strike. It's an anti-Embercleave card that goes really well on anything with Vigilance or Lifelink. Lurrus is... Okay, so I wasn't sold on Lurrus to begin with, but the more I've played it in here, the more I like it, because the way Lurrus works is it's effectively a draw engine. I mean, it's not, it's a recursion engine, and it gets shut down really hard by exile effects, but if you play out a Lurrus and protect it with like a Savior or an Alicid, and you can just keep recurring those cards and don't get greedy and overextend yourself with them, you just float those specifically to protect your Lurrus, you can do a lot of really nasty stuff. So I like it. It's essentially the white card advantage engine. Same kind of thing with the Broodmoth up here. Broodmoth it functions a little differently, but it's card advantage, same kind of deal. So those are your 2 cards. You don't draw, but you play these out, and this is where you get your card advantage from. Other than that, your goal is just to build a huge board. Do something like Daxos Heliod or Linden Heliod, and you're set. But you just go to town. There's also a lot of other stuff you can do that gets you out of weird fringe scenarios and just beats down stuff. Like you can get bigger than Gruul, and it can be a problem for them. Their Henge obviously can be a problem for you, but Maul is really good against them since it allows you to go over the top. Yeah, it's good in a lot of best of 1 matchups, so that's why we're playing it. It gets shut down really hard by anything that runs exile sweepers. So anything with Extinction Event, anything with like Caskets, and anything with yeah, just any sort of exile is bad news for it. If you can get under them, it's good, but if you can't, it's rough. Without further ado, let's take it away. We're keeping the peace out here. Keeping the peace. And we're at it. Faded Blur. What's he got? Nothing as far as we can tell, but we've got Alicid, Savior, 3 lands, Linden, Broodmoth. Yeah, this is easy keep. It's not the best curve, but it's also not a bad curve. I think if we're going to get something removed, it should be the Savior, since we can curve out into Broodmoth. This is an excellent curve. Relic Amulet. What the hell is this guy doing? We could really use our extra land here. Like a mono red burn type thing. If he removes the speaker, I'm gonna let him. I really want to save that Savior and that Linden for Broodmoth next turn. I guess if I don't draw it, Daxos is pretty good too. He should have hit the Savior with that, honestly. That would have been smarter. Now I can make angels next turn. He basically has to get some kind of removal going on here. This is a weird deck. Molten Blast, Relic Amulet, Crawling Barrens. Like, what's going on here? That kind of sucks. Forces us to sack the Savior, but that was the correct play. Yeah, that's fine. Putting the Maul on the speaker makes it not a free kill, right? Yeah. So this is the play. I know he already wants to remove the speaker, but whatever, really. That fourth land would have been nice, like, 1 or 2 turns ago. I think Broodmoth is becoming quickly irrelevant. Just removal plus Relic Amulet on that, I think. Yeah. Now he's got 2. Which is awkward for him. There we go. That Broodmoth does nothing at this point, but it is a beater. Notably, Maul has negative synergy with Broodmoth. I guess if he's got removal for Broodmoth, the Angel, and the Daxos, well, Broodmoth, he can use the Relic Amulet to remove the Daxos, but then he's still got to deal with the Angel. Yeah. I don't know, weird deck. Didn't draw a land for like 4 turns there or something. So that was kind of awkward. 5 turns. No, 4 turns, right? Oh, we drew it on turn 6, didn't we? Yeah, I don't know. Mega awkward either way, though. So 5 draws. Until we got the mana to play for Broodmoth. Don't know if that's above or below average. We go first. We have Savior, Heliod, Linden in hand with a casket. Kind of sucks, but whatever. I'm not afraid to land a Savior. Another red. That's what we like to see. Robber the Rich. Interesting. Oh, blocks. I don't think he should have swung with that. Annex. Interesting. He can't swing with the robber then. Whew. And we got a casket for it. I think there's a real argument to be made for casketing that Annex this turn and just going in. I also think there's an argument to be made for just playing out the Heliod and going in. Maybe not. Nah. Nah. We don't want to give him the option, right? If he swings with both, we block the Heliod, or we block the Annex on the Heliod, and the Linden on the robber. Doesn't look like he's going with both, though. Yeah, whatever. Swing around here, super good. Savior's okay. Sure, I'm gonna end up sacrificing most of those. 3. 4. Run block. Jump block. Jump block. Cool. Doesn't even get value. Does get value technically. Alright. Doesn't matter. Don't think it matters. I could have shot my token down there. But whatever. I think we got him. Corbin. Oh dude, it's Corbin. That on a speaker is probably about as good of a play as I can make. Fuck it. Yeah, we're just out. Good game. Mono red. It's feisty. It's fast. It's furious. Is dead. Mono red is mono dead. But that's versus mono white. going second with a bad curve. Those games can get a lot tighter than that. Icon 01. Alright, Icon. Cuchillo Luchamos going second. Glass Casket, Alcid, Heliod, Lurrus. Yeah, 3 land. Perfect. Hit me with your best shot. Come on now, hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Mills 1. Plays out a Fireblade Charger. I will block it. Or I can... Nah. The Casket goes. It is a champion. Interesting. And in 19, look out. I don't really want to Casket that. I also don't really want to Lurrus next turn. But we do nothing. That's brutal. Alright. He does nothing. We play out a Heliod. Looks like it will be a long game. I play Linden. Fun removes it. Damn. What is this? Red deck with removal? Bone Crusher's my face. Okay, cool. Lurrus might be relevant. Casket's definitely relevant. Oh god. Okay. Lurrus is easy. Easy Lurrus. Could be bad for us. We could be preparing to take 6 here. Now we have an Alcid. We could not play it. Oh god, we're taking more than 6. Then just lethal. Nope, not quite. Okay. Well, we can get an Alcid. We can get a Linden. If we swing with this, is this potentially death? Any devotion are we on? 8. We lose. Is that to a removal spell, but I think we're dead. Right? To anything that... removes the Lurrus anyway? Nah, we don't swing with that. The only way that he's not... shock. We're dead to shock. We're dead to so many things. Yeah. Okay, we should have swung with the Lurrus there. That would have actually saved us. Right? Would be 1 card down. Yeah. Then the removal couldn't have gone on the Lurrus like that. Yeah, we should have swung with the Lurrus there. incorrect not to. Alcid, Heliod, Double Maul. Going second. Maybe? I mean, we've got Heliod. Literally the most important card in the matchup, or in any capacity. Got an Alcid, we top a land. That's not an ideal top deck there. It's okay, though. Curve out the Maul on 3. Against red is probably fine. Oh, that removal sucks. There's nothing. There's... Okay. I'm not casketing that. Ideally, that casket goes on an Annex. Giant's not a bad target for it, but ideally it goes on an Annex. Yeah, this is probably okay. Just with the Giant, play out another Alcid. Next turn, land a Maul. Alternatively, I think Maul is correct. Fervent Champion. And remove my Alcid. That's brutal. I need something to stick here. There we go. That's something sort of sticky. Maybe not on its own, though. I'm on 4. Playing out the Daxos loses really... Oh. I guess it loses really hard, but it loses hard if he's got any sort of removal. Like a Dragonfire or something. We've been running into a lot of, like, red removal. Yeah. What is this? Should I try? I don't know. You don't really play around that. But still. Okay. Now are we getting away with something? I don't know. That's a good play. What's he got? He's got something. Embercleave. Yeah, it lives. Shit. Ugh. This guy has just had every card he needs at exactly the turn he needs it. Ten to 1, he top decks another land here. Nope, that's not another land. Opponent cannot swing. So that's small blessing, I guess. Chooses to anyways. Now we get to turn on Heliod as an attacker next turn. Or play out a Broodmoth. I think we just turn on Heliod here. It just makes much more sense. Since we need the Alcid to stick, we put that there. Okay. Maybe we get there. Maybe we don't. I don't think there's anything else we can do, though. Robber of the Rich, which means the Embercleave's probably going on the Fervent Champion. It can't happen at instant speed, though. And he just figured that out. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. You can equip it for 0, but it has to be as a sorcery. Oh god. He had another one. Well, he had another one, but he selected the wrong one. Slight misplay there. Opponent concedes, realizing his mistake, tilts off the face of the planet. He totally could have came back and got that. 100%. But he filled. Nihil, 821. Alright, Nihil. Let's do it. Yeah, it's a pretty solid curve. What are we fighting? Not a Yorion, so hesitant to keep the Alcid, but we do regardless. Got a pretty good 1, 2, 3. Actually, we've got a couple pretty good 1, 2, 3s here. Opponent has some trouble deciding whether or not they want to keep. Witching Well. Interesting. Alright. So, notably, we can play out the Speaker and protect it with the Alcid, or we can play out double Speaker. Sets up better for Linden. Either way, I think that's the play. I don't see a sweeper coming down here, and even if we protect once, this just has way more upside. We can slow roll him a little better, but yeah, he's looking for removal here. We want to see 2 bottom. Oh, opponent's playing with a 120 card deck? Question mark. Well, he's hoping to have removal. And we are hoping he doesn't. We make no additional plays. We play exclusively with what we have on the field at this point because it is 100% on him to remove it. No way to make anything indestructible. Yeah, he's just out. Okie dokie. We got there. I have to pee, and if I've learned anything playing this game, it's that you should not queue when you have to pee. Because it causes losses. So I'll be right back. So, error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers will experience buffering. I have dropped 0 frames. That is 100% on you, YouTube. Anywho, next game. Am I the only person who takes their wedding ring off to wash my hands? Like, is that a thing that everyone does, or is that just me? Like, I always feel like I use bar soap at my house, so I always feel like there's something getting under there. But even at work where I use liquid soap, I always feel like there's something under there, and it bugs the crap out of me. So I instead use, or I just take it off, and I probably should take off like my wristband and my watch, but I don't. I know they say basically hand wash up to your elbows, but I don't do that. I just go up to my wrists. It seems inefficient to go further. There's a lot more surface area here than just like hands. I mean, hands, there's a lot of cracks and stuff you got to get between, so who knows. Mono red or Gruul. Either way, that speaker is probably getting removed, but Daxos and Dasprint is probably good enough, right? I like how quick he attacked with that champion, and I like his lands. I like this guy. Holy fuck, I don't like this guy. This is basically the sickest curve you can possibly have. No blocks. And I'm going second. That is painful. I'm not blocking with it, so. He can remove the Daxos if I block anything. So I just take another 6 here. That's not a good thing, but oh, that's pretty close to lethal. There ain't a whole lot I can do about it. I can cask it. That's how that's gotta go. But it goes on either of the 2 others basically for free. And then it's swinging for 4. No, 6. Yeah, there's no way out of this. That's just too sick of a curve to run into. Too disgusting of a curve. Also, I did not draw another mana, notably. Embercleave goes on one of those. Man, that's brutal. Yeah, I'm out. There is no way to come back from that one. Woo! We're getting red decked. If I'm going second again, I'm going to be really pissed. Fuck you! God damn it. I'm going second against red deck. I'm going to be mildly perturbed. No, I'm going second against rogues. Well, could be worse. Alright, turn 1. Savior, because we're not going to have mana to play the Alcid until like turn 4, probably. 5, maybe. Savior just proves to be more of a pain in his ass, I think. Alright, you need a counter spell for the next turn. He ain't playing a counter spell. Wonder if it's correct to Heliod or Linden here. Probably correct to Heliod, actually. And then Linden next turn. Do I think he runs a counter spell? 'Tis the question, isn't it? How do we best play around Counterspell? I don't think we can, honestly. Yeah, he's got a Counterspell for it. Or removal. Nope. That sucked. That straight up sucked. But there's nothing we could have done about it. Oh, now he's got access to white mana? That's terrifying. I'm okay with the Acid eating something, I suppose. Well, if I'm gonna be getting counterspelled, I can't play around Counterspell. I only have enough mana to play one thing, so I don't think it matters what one thing. The Broodmoth has a higher upside. It's also probably going to get counterspelled. Nope. Maybe not. Okay, sweet. We're gonna put that there because it makes it harder for him to remove. Attack with everything. Yeah, we put the counters on everything that isn't indestructible, right? I think that's fine. Right? Yeah, it's fine. Comes back with the Broodmoth. Oh, but he can do stuff in response here. Sacrifice an enchantment. This... Oh no, that's a sacrifice effect. It does not come back. Okay. Well, he can be mad about it. Heliod technically is smarter, right? How do we lethal him next turn? I'm 5 devotion, so it has to be the Heliod pretty much. Oh, it does come back. I didn't think it worked that way. Today opponent learned. I learned too. I had no idea that that worked that way. Broodmoth must be when it leaves the battlefield, question mark? I'm not sure. I don't know. That was an unexpected caveat that opponent needed to play around there. I didn't think it would work that way. I thought sacrifice wouldn't proc them off. Okay, let's see. We've got Daxos, Aspirant, Linden going second. Not ideal, but not a bad hand, all things considered. That's more keepable than being down a card. I guess the Linden's kind of like being down a card. If we look at it, Daxos, Aspirant. It's a keep. It's a keep. Nice. He's probably going to have more exile effects than I do, which is going to suck a little bit, but I'm going to have more creatures than he does, so... Maybe? Maybe we get there? Ooh. Okay then. It's one of those. I think Daxos is pretty easy play here. It gives him the choice of doing stuff. Doing things and stuff. What on earth is... It's gotta be like a weird Winota deck? Yeah, it's a Winota deck. Alright, cool. Oh! Well, he went off. That's problematic. And he just gets 2. Okay. Alright, well. Good game. Maybe I get there, but probably not. Since I don't have my value engine online yet. That can go there. That's about the only place it goes. He's gonna sack the Savior for it. Yeah, that's the only place that goes. Okay. Well, because this is the game it is, I think it's actually smart for me to play the Maul on the Daxos and then hold back everything, or hold back. No attacks. It's so weird. Such a weird game. Oh, right, giant killer. Well, I'm got. Probably. Question mark. We may just be too high rolled here. Yep, too high rolled there. Sometimes nothing happens. Something happened there. 5 and 3 is still not a bad record. We get our rare. We get more than our money back. So, good day. Good day overall. And we get a Dream Trawler out of it. Sick. That is an easy include. Whoops, not in this deck. This is not where Dream Trawler goes. We got a blue-white deck we're working on. We've already got one Dream Trawler, so pretty easy to include another one. What do we lose for it? Probably Kiora. Maybe Kiora. Maybe a Giant. Maybe a Shark Typhoon. I don't know. Hard to say. Probably some top end, though. Still no book, notably. Feels bad, man. I'll lose a Kiora for it. Good enough. Alright. That's going to be it for me today. It was a slightly below average run for us. Wait, was it? Was it? I don't know. Math is hard. What does the spreadsheet say? Spreadsheet says 5 W's is 61%. So we hit a 61%er. Overall, not bad. Yeah, hope you guys are